The best thing about this spaghetti or particularly this tomato sauce is that it is made with very few ingredients. गुड मॉर्निंग गाइस, वेलकम टू चॉपिंग चैंपियन। मैं हूं आपका दोस्त अनूप कामत। It's a nice Sunday morning, though it's summer, it's quite breezy, and today we are not going to do a food review. Instead, we're going to make it more interesting by doing a food challenge, a 24-hour food challenge. So in this food challenge, I'm just going to eat eggs and tomatoes for breakfast, lunch, snack, dinner. For 24 hours, it is just eggs and tomatoes. So it's breakfast time, and I'm going to make a simple dish. You can see how I make it in my kitchen. A simple dish with tomatoes and eggs. Now, these are not my original recipes. I've read it in many places or I've seen it on other YouTube channels. So I'm just adapting it to my taste. So let's go and make breakfast. First, the prep. Chop the white of 3 spring onions, or you can use a medium-sized onion. Now take 2 plum red tomatoes. Cut them into thick slices. Break the eggs into a bowl, add salt and black pepper and whisk well. You can see that I'm using a lot of black pepper. Heat up olive oil in a pan and place the tomato slices as shown. Saute it on both sides. Don't forget to add little salt and some more black pepper. Pour the egg mixture over the slices. Add the sliced onions. And add generous amount of shredded cheese on top. Cover and cook till the cheese melts. Transfer this beautiful omelette into a plate and serve. So my breakfast is here. I don't know what to call it. A tomato omelette, because there's a layer of, we put a layer of sliced tomatoes first, and then we poured in the eggs and then the cheese. So this is an ideal breakfast for people who are on a keto diet. I'm not on a keto diet, but I quite love it. Am I going to eat bread with it? Probably no, because this is quite filling. It's a thick layer of tomatoes, eggs and cheese. I'm going to take a small piece of this omelette. So this is the first layer of tomatoes and then the eggs. Little bit of spring onions and a green chili, and then the cheese. It is almost like a pizza. So this plum, red, ripe, rich tomatoes, that will give a tanginess and little sweetness, and then the egg and cheese. A perfect combination for a Sunday breakfast. So let's taste it. The taste is quite nice, very different from omelette. The first bite into the tomatoes, you get to taste the tanginess and little bit of sweetness. It is not like tomatoes which are diced and mixed into the egg mixture. Very different. Then you can taste the egg and then the cheese. You can put as much of cheese as you wish. You saw the quantity I put. I only put a kind of fairly okay amount, but if you top it with a nice layer of cheese, it can become really creamy and cheesy, and use any kind of cheese which will melt quite easily. So this is a quick and fast recipe which you can have any day. Let me have another bite of this omelette. The tomatoes are really juicy because we have not cooked through. We have only kind of little sauteed, or we have sauteed on both sides for a very short time, less than a minute. So all the juices and the taste of the tomatoes are retained inside those thick tomato slices. And the egg also, we have not really browned it. So everything is in harmony here. Little creamy, little cheesy and soft. And the spring onions and that little bit of that green chili, they give you that Indian flavor that you can adjust as per your taste. If you want to add chili flakes, you can substitute the green chilies with the chili flakes. I'm really enjoying this breakfast. This is the first time I'm making this, and this is quite interesting. Now I'm going to finish this, and this will fill up my stomach and will get me going for another 2 or 3 hours. So I'll see you for lunch. Hi, it is about 1:20, around lunchtime. So we are going to hit the kitchen again for lunch. We are going to make a stir-fried tomatoes and eggs. Well, we'll use pepper, salt and couple of other ingredients. So let's start cooking right away. Take 3 large ripe tomatoes, cut them into thick wedges and then cut the wedges into halves. Break 2 eggs into a bowl. Add salt and pepper. I think I've added a bit too much of black pepper. You can see that. Whisk the egg mixture quite well. Heat oil in a pan and add the egg mixture. The heat should be in medium. When the edges turn white, start folding the eggs, and when they're still soft, transfer into a separate bowl. Add little more oil into the pan and add the white of the spring onion. Then add chopped tomatoes. Add salt and pepper. Stir it for a while. Add 2 to 3 tablespoons of tomato ketchup and stir again. Add water if required and cook the tomatoes for about 2 to 3 minutes. Add a tablespoon of chicken broth powder and a slurry of corn flour. This is 1 tablespoon of corn flour mixed in a little bit of water. Now add the greens of the spring onions and then the egg and give it a good stir. Transfer into a serving bowl, garnish it with some more spring onions, and your stir fry eggs and tomatoes are ready to eat. So our stir fried eggs and tomatoes, it's ready. It looks quite colorful, green, yellow, red, and only pepper and salt has gone inside that, and we have added a little bit of chicken broth powder. If you don't have chicken broth powder, don't worry, you can skip chicken broth powder. I'm going to have it with little steamed rice. I'm going to have a little bit of basmati rice because I have not had any bread in the morning. So I need some carbohydrates now to just boost up my glucose and the mood. So let us try the stir fried egg and tomatoes. So in this food challenge, here is my second meal with tomatoes and egg rice. Here it is. Actually, I think I added a little more salt, but the tomatoes and eggs are so creamy, and though we have not added any chili powder, haldi or coriander, it really tastes amazing. You got to try this. These tomatoes are creamy, soft, but they yet retain a bite, which you will definitely like. Let me take one more bite. This is a great lunch, particularly for bachelors and students. This is a quick meal and quite a nourishing meal. There is protein in the form of egg. So another bite. It is very different from an egg burji or an omelette or egg curry. Entirely different. Try this. This is definitely 10 out of 10. So I'm going to have an early dinner. It's about 7:30. Sunlight is still there. It is summer. So we're going to make something different this time. We're going to make a spaghetti with tomato and eggs. The spaghetti is called spaghetti marinara, the conventional Italian tomato sauce in our own way. But before that, in the last episode, I showed you how to make shakshuka, a Maghrebian or Middle Eastern dish with lots of tomatoes and lot of eggs. It was extremely delicious. If you have not seen that episode, I'll give a link right up here. But right now, we'll go to the kitchen and start cooking spaghetti marinara. Heat olive oil in a pan. Add 4 pods of chopped garlic. Stir for about 30 seconds. They shouldn't turn brown. Now add a finely chopped white onion or yellow onion. Or you can use the regular pink onion which we normally use. Stir well. When the onions are soft and translucent, add 2 cans of ripe, rich tomatoes. I am using a homemade tomato mixture made from 6 ripe blanched tomatoes. Add salt, black pepper and dry basil and stir well. Add a little water if required. Close the pan with a lid and cook for about 20 minutes. Now finely chop fresh basil leaves. Open the lid of the pan. Add the fresh basil leaves and stir well. Adjust the salt and pepper as per your taste. Switch off the flame. Add the cooked spaghetti into the pan and mix well. Transfer a portion into a serving plate. Garnish with fresh basil and grate some parmesan over the spaghetti. Slide a poached egg on the top of the spaghetti and your dish is ready. So after 45 minutes of cooking, our spaghetti marinara is ready. It took 45 minutes because it took 30 minutes for the sauce to thicken and to get the right consistency. We had to make a poached egg also. We had to boil the spaghetti. We boiled it for about 7 minutes and we have used a wheat spaghetti from Del Monte. And we have some nice whole wheat bread which is toasted with a little bit of olive oil. And of course cheese. Parmesan cheese is a must with spaghetti. So it looks really good and this basil right on top of the poached egg is so fragrant and I wish you could be here. You should smell this. It smells so nice and I'm hungry. So this is our third dish of the day and the final dish with eggs and tomatoes. You can see this golden egg yellow oozing out. That is the fun of poached eggs. So spaghetti marinara. That is quite a bit of spaghetti. Just check this. It is a very simple and easy recipe and you can definitely make it at home. And this spaghetti is as good as you can get in any restaurant. I'm quite happy with this. The best thing about this spaghetti or particularly this tomato sauce is that it is made with very few ingredients. Few pods of garlic, one large onion, tomatoes. I have not used the canned ones. These were tomatoes which were blanched at home and then just given a whisk in the mixie. So they were chunky and they were a little bit of liquidy. It doesn't matter. And it was cooked for about 30 minutes with dry basil as well as fresh basil which we added towards the end. Little bit of pepper and salt. That's all it has gone into this wonderful tomato sauce. If you make this sauce in excess, you can also refrigerate it for some time so that you can use it in batches. So this is our last meal. I'm going to finish this and I'm going to see you in a while. Tell me about your favorite dish which you make with tomatoes and eggs. Just not an omelette or burji. Tell me something which is really exciting and post the recipe tagging me in Instagram, or you can write the name of the recipe or name of the dish in the comments below. Would love to hear from you. Thank you for watching this video. If you have not subscribed to my channel Chomping Champion, please do it now. Also click on the bell button to get the notifications. Please check out my website www.chompingchampion.com. Till I see you again, bye. Take care and be safe.